Once upon a time, in a remote village called Onoke, lived a very old man named EJ. He was known to be one of the wealthiest men in the region. EJ had acquired his wealth from years of trading in various commodities, and he had built a magnificent estate that was the envy of many. Despite his advanced age, EJ had a keen eye for beauty, and he was always looking for young and beautiful women who caught his fancy. It was said that, due to his promiscuous nature, his wife and 7 children had left him, and he had told them to go if they wanted, that his money and wealth would buy him the love of any woman he wanted. One day, he set his eyes on a very beautiful girl called Nwayidi. Nwayidi hailed from a very poor family in the village. She was just 16 and the daughter of a poor farmer who struggled to make ends meet. Despite her family's financial struggles, Nwayidi was known to be a very kind-hearted and hardworking girl, loved by all the village of Onoke. However, when EJ, with so much confidence in his wealth, came forward to express his desire to marry Nwayidi, her parents, though would have loved to enjoy such a wealthy in-law due to their poverty-stricken state, were steadfast in their rejection of the proposal. Undeterred, EJ decided to use his wealth and gifts to win over Nwayidi's heart. If you can win the girl, the parents' issue was no longer an issue because the girl will convince the parents, so he thought and believed him. So he knew what young girls from poor homes liked and needed and was out to make sure he got her. EJ will make sure to wait until Nwayidi's parents had gone to the farm before he would come to their house. One day, when he came, he brought out 2 bundles of money and placed them in Nwayidi's hands. "Take these. Take. These are for you," he said, eyeing her to see if the bait was actually hooking. Nwayidi, who had never seen such a bundle of money before in her entire life, stared at it, blinking in shock. "What for?" she asked weakly. "What for?" Overwhelmed by the sight of the money, she was shaking. "They are all yours," the old man, EJ, replied. "Just be my wife, and you will never lack money, food, or anything you want again in your life." Nwayidi's heart was just beating fast. Her mind was going left and right at the thought of what such amount of money would do for her and her family. The old man, on seeing her vulnerable and confused state, seized the opportunity at once to put in more convincing words. "Nothing else you have to do for me, my dear. Just agree to marry me and come to my place to live in that big house." "That big house," he said. "I will build a better house for your parents." Nwayidi was confused. She was still gazing at the money, and the man was sweating. He was happy that he could use money to confuse girls. He looked at her Nwayidi then said, "You mean I'll only come and live with you and do nothing else just to live with you?" she asked. "Yes, just that," the cunning old man replied. "What again do you think you will do for me? Nothing more." Nwayidi now said she will think about it and give him the answer in 3 days' time. But EJ did not give Nwayidi any chance at all. The next day, EJ came again, pretending to come to say hello, and gave her more money and gifts. He kept doing that, pumping more money. A bag, bundles of money were inside. The little Nwayidi was confused, and the person he was, use it to buy anything you want. You can eat as much as you want. Go and buy clothes. Give to your mother, your friends, anybody you want. This is how I'll be giving you money if you agree to marry me. He continued doing that until the third day, Nwayidi agreed that she will marry him. She accepted. Nwayidi remembered something though, and that was that many parents in the village were already waiting to marry Nwayidi for their sons. They were already coming forward, planning, and that was why her parents refused, because those ones were young and vibrant young men who could have a better future. But the old cunning EJ kept on pestering Nwayidi. Nwayidi told EJ that men are coming for her hand in marriage and she would like to marry young men who are of her age. EJ now looked at her. "Look, my little love," she said. That was what EJ started calling her. "My love, my little love, my little love. Look at your hair. My little love, go and do your hair. My little love, take. We'll be putting more and more money." EJ said, he now said, "Look, my little love. Agreed, they are young and handsome, but they can never give you all the comfort of life that I can give you with my money. So the best decision you have ever made in your life is your agreeing to marry me. You've agreed to marry me, and that is the best. Go and oppose your parents. Make sure you convince them, and you will never lack. My house is big. Everything you want is there. They are all yours. You mean all those houses will become mine?" Hey, she didn't know any other thing except the wealth. Nwayidi became very happy because EJ thought she was very intelligent, that she was clever. So she made sure to keep opposing her parents that refused to accept EJ. "My parents will agree to allow you to marry me one day," she told EJ. "You promised that I was just to live with you, isn't it?" "Yes," EJ replied, "just to live with me. But once in a while, I will touch you here and there." The confused Nwayidi did not understand the cunning old man. She was too innocent to understand. She was being controlled against her will with material wealth. Nwayidi found herself drawn to EJ's wealth and lavish lifestyle. She began to spend more time with him and concluded she would marry him because he was a simple, nice man that people misunderstood. EJ continued to pursue Nwayidi until rumors began to circulate in the village about his true intentions towards her. Some people believed he was using his wealth to take advantage of Nwayidi's vulnerability and poverty, while others accused him of using dark magic to manipulate the little girl. At last, when the family saw that there was nothing they could do about it, they had told Nwayidi not to marry. They have talked to her, but Nwayidi had already gone far with the way EJ had convinced her and made her to feel people were against him, and he was such a nice man. He had so convinced Nwayidi that Nwayidi refused. So the family agreed and left her to marry him, since that was what she wanted. However, their union was not a happy one. Nwayidi soon realized she had been deceived and blinded by the old man's words. and she did not really want to spend her life with an old man of 87 years of age. The gap was too much. She longed for the simple life she had known before and the love of her family. Nwayidi ran away from Ije's house and went back home to her parents. But her parents returned her to her husband's house. Go, you are still our daughter, but you chose him. We cannot return the money he has paid. We cannot afford to because you agreed and we collected the money for the dowry. So go back and take care of your husband. You chose it. It was too late for Nwayidi to change her mind. She found out too late that true happiness and love cannot be bought with money. The old man kept on trying to pressurize Nwayidi to accept him while they were in the same house, but Nwayidi refused. The old man's friends advised him to put something in Nwayidi's food so that she would sleep and he could have his way with her, because Nwayidi had refused him touching her. He did what his friends told him and had his way with Nwayidi several times, and she became pregnant. A girl of 16 to a man of 87 years of age. What a deceitful world. Nwayidi was pregnant and confused. She was too small to understand anything. She finally gave birth to a baby boy. People started advising her when she was crying and saying she had nowhere to go. They started to advise her that she should bear it, that she should be patient because she now had a son for EJ, and that EJ was old, he would soon die and leave all his wealth for her to inherit. But unfortunately for Nwayidi and those that were advising her, EJ refused to die. EJ lived to the age of 135 years, the oldest man in the community, before he died. By that time, Nwayidi was in her 60s, 3 children. When EJ died, he died a happy man, well taken care of by his children, the children that Nwayidi gave birth to, and the hesitant wife who was now advanced in age and could not find any man to marry her when there were many young girls all over the village. The love of money and material things that it could buy caused Nwayidi the love and a simple, happier life. A life of simplicity with her family, of which maybe the future would have been better for her. As for EJ, although his wealth could not buy him Nwayidi's love, he had a life of family fulfillment. That's the end of the story. Thanks for watching.